Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Source Grower introduction. My name is Sarah Taylor, and I'm a product marketing associate at Sound Agriculture. And today I am joined by Eric Wolf, Jeff Diven, and Michael Knight from the Sound Agriculture team. And together we're going to walk you through a broad overview of who we are as a company as well as our products. So, with that, let me dive into our agenda. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the company, give you an overview of Source, which is our main product, give you a 2022 year in review and what we're looking forward to in 2023, and then leave you guys with some grower resources. So, who is Sound Agriculture? Sound is a life science company where we are developing new tools to help growers like you improve your efficiency as well as your yields off of the soil that you guys farm. Our vision is to unleash the power of plants and the soil microbiome to create a more agile and resilient food system. So how do we do that? I'll kick it off to Jeff Diven to give you an overview of Source.
Thanks, Sarah. In this section, I will be discussing how Source works. When talking about Source, it's important to understand where it fits into the nutrient efficiency conversation. Fertilizers, or the mineral form of nutrients, can be applied to achieve high yields and have been historically, but when applied in excess of crop demand can lead to negative ROI and negative environmental outcomes. Biologicals are a sustainable option for adding nutrients to a field, specifically nitrogen or nitrogen-fixing bacteria, but implementing them can have a limited ROI based on handling or the investment in specialized equipment to apply them during planting. Source really fits into a bucket of its own by enhancing the soil microbiome to unlock both previously applied nutrients that have become unavailable or tied up, as well as activating nitrogen-fixing bacteria to pull in new sources of crop nutrition. So why are microbes important to this conversation anyways? Without microbes, we really wouldn't have most of the functions that we depend on our soil for. They are breaking down organic forms of minerals and nutrients and turning them into crop available forms. They're converting atmospheric nitrogen and creating plant available forms. They're also developing a healthy soil structure and really supporting that environment for our plant to thrive in. So how do microbes and plants come to barter with each other or form that symbiotic relationship that we hear all about? This process really starts with a chemical signal. If a plant is in need of a nutrient, it actually sends out a small molecule that attracts and increases the metabolism of nearby microbes that are capable of producing that given nutrient. This system has gone on for thousands and thousands of years and allowed plants that require macro and micronutrients throughout the season to thrive without the application of synthetic nutrients. Unfortunately, these signals are less common in our modern cropping systems where we are applying those nutrients in and around the root zone, and that plant is less likely to send out that signal. Source was specifically designed to mimic that plant-to-microbe signal. A foliar application of Source translocates through the plant into the root zone to activate over 2/3 of the known species of nitrogen-fixing bacteria, creating a soluble form of nitrogen for a plant, as well as increase the metabolism of our phosphate-solubilizing microbes, which, depending on pH, can help to unlock calcium phosphate, iron phosphate, and aluminum phosphate, and turn it into a plant-available form. With any increase in crop nutrition or plant-available nitrogen, we need to first note where we're at in terms of a response to nitrogen. Most of you have seen the MRTN or return to nitrogen chart in the background of this slide, noting that producers who oftentimes see a response to nitrogen will see the best response to Source. What we've seen is that NUE, or the pounds of N applied divided by the bushels, less than 1, oftentimes require no change to nitrogen management and can benefit from a yield enhancement of Source by creating more available plant nitrogen. If a producer is exceeding 1 for NUE, or considered 1.25 by the example in the bottom right of this slide, the opportunity exists to reduce a nitrogen application and capture the highest ROI from both nitrogen savings as well as a yield increase from source. This really gives us two options to win and see the greatest ROI with a source application. Up next, I will hand it to Eric, our Director of Product Marketing and Management, who will go over our products for the 2023 season.
Thanks for that, Jeff. Hey everyone, my name is Eric Wolf. I lead product marketing for Source, and I'm excited to talk with you today about our product lineup for the 2023 season. So in 2023, we're bringing 3 products to the market. We have Source Corn, Source SC, and Source DC. Source Corn is the same product as last year, OD formulation, 0.7 of an ounce per acre, the same product that you know and love that's working great for growers. So all systems go there. For soybeans, we got some great feedback from customers and reformulated the product and have renamed that product Source SC. It's an SC formulation. The use rate is 2.5 ounces per acre, just like last year as well. And then finally, we have a new product, Source DC, which is for wheat, cotton, alfalfa, and grass hay. This is a limited release product this year that we're really excited to be bringing to growers. And it is a DC formulation with a use rate of 1 ounce per acre. So I'll go a little more into detail on Source DC on this next slide. This is a product, like I said, limited release because it is a product that we've seen early results that are really exciting on and want to get this product in the hand of growers just as soon as we can. So instead of leaving it on the shelf, we decided to bring a limited release of DC across wheat, cotton, alfalfa, and grass hay, because we're seeing in many cases well over a 3x ROI on all of these crops. So, why does this make sense? Why does this work? So just like with corn and soybeans, these crops have relationships with microbes in the soil that fix nitrogen, that solubilize phosphorus, and by getting those microbes to work harder, we can get more nutrients to these crops in season. And that looks like, greater grain yields in wheat, greater lint in cotton, more biomass in the forages of alfalfa and grass hay. And that's not to mention improvements across product quality in all of these crops. So it's again something that we're going to learn more about this year. If you're a grower who likes to be on the front edge of new technologies, this is definitely for you. Next year, after this limited release, we'll have more details on exactly the right timings, how to use the product per crop. But again, for this year, if you're interested in taking part of this story, certainly reach out to us, to your agronomist, and we're happy to get you set up with Source DC. Lastly, I'd like to talk a bit about our performance guarantee. This is a program we've had in the past. We're continuing with this year. We're really proud of. We know Source works, and we want to make sure that growers feel confident using Source as well. So the basic tenets of the program: when you buy and apply 4 or more gallons of Source corn, so 732 acres, or 10 or more gallons of Source SC for soybeans, so 512 acres, then you're eligible for this performance guarantee, which means you're guaranteed to get a 1x ROI from your use of Source. If the value you get from Source doesn't pay for the product, we will write you a check for the difference. And so it's, again, something we're proud to offer, and we're offering for corn, soybeans, not DC yet, but just for those corn and SC products this year. The main requirements are to take check strips in each field, and that equal 5% of the area of the field. That's really the only way that you or we can calculate the ROI of the product. So that's something that we ask, and if that's challenging, certainly we're happy to help. Our agronomy team is there to work with you. But that's really the main tenets of the program. We're happy to have it again this year, and and we'll share more details if that's something you're interested in. So with that, would love to hand it back over to you, Sarah, for a recap of our 2022 season. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Eric. Now I'm going to go into our 2022 year in review. So between 2021 and 2022, we saw a threefold increase in growth as a company, and that number would not have been possible without growers like you. So if you're a returning customer or a prospective new customer, thank you so much for being a part of our journey. We're so excited to grow with you into this next year. And I know we've been throwing a lot of statistics at you guys, a lot of success stories, but you don't have to take it from us. These are testimonials from growers and dealers like you who have used Source in the past and had really, really wonderful results. So if you're tuning in from a streaming service, you can go ahead and pause if you want and read through these testimonials. They're really wonderful. And again, these are just from growers and dealers who used Source and called in last year, really, really enthusiastic about how things went. So what else did we do in 2022? In the year, because of the way that the markets were going, we had a really unique opportunity to show farmers how to increase their profitability by using Source in one of two ways. So either by boosting their yield or by backing off on their nitrogen application and backfilling with Source. So on the left-hand side, one of our growers, Casey, boosted her yield with Source and saw an additional 9 bushels per acre, which based off of prices last year was about $51 per acre more by using Source to boost her yield. On the bottom, we also participated in Beck's PFR, or Practical Farm Research, where they backed off on their nitrogen application by 50 pounds and ended up getting an additional $30 per acre in profits. On the right-hand side is our nitrogen reduction pilot. So this pilot was brand new for this year. And what we did was we replaced 25 to 50 pounds of nitrogen by using Source across 50 farms across America, which was about 25,000 acres in total. And in these farms, we underwrote all of the risk across every single farm because we know that Source works and we wanted to prove it on a larger scale, while also making sure that farmers and the farming operations were protected. So really excited to see where we go from here in this 2023 season. And I'm going to kick it off to Michael Knight, who's going to give you some resources as well as where to buy Source.
Thank you, Sarah. So now we're going to talk a little bit about where you can go to find more information on Source, as well as how to buy Source. Now, the first step is if you have any questions about Source, you just want to learn some general information about it or how to apply it or mix instructions, what you can do is you got two options. They're both going to take you to the same page, but you can either go to our sound.ag website, so just our homepage, and then from there you can go to the nutrient use efficiency tab at the very top, and then drop that down, and there's going to be a button for grower resources. And that'll take you to the page that you see here on your screen. Or you can follow the link that we've got right here. So type in this address into your URL, and it'll take you directly to that grower resources page. So as you can see from the scrolling GIF, we've got information on application and mixing instructions, the label and the SDS for our different products, information around our performance guarantee or our terms and conditions. And then all the way at the bottom of that page, you'll see that we also have some regional data sheets. Now, as we continue to learn more about Source and where it's working, how it's working in certain areas, we'll continue to update that regional data sheet links down towards the bottom, and really excited to hopefully expand some of those areas over this next coming year. So definitely keep this bookmarked and come back to this as we continue to get information updated. Now, if you're looking to take that next step into purchase Source and you want to learn, all right, how do I even get linked up with someone to buy this product? What we can do is we'll first take you to our sound.ag/how to buy page. Again, that's going to be found in the nutrient use efficiency tab at the very top of the website. And you can go ahead and drop on down to where it says how to buy, or you can type this URL directly into your address bar. From there, you'll see a couple different options. It'll first say to go ahead and try and find if there's a dealer near you, and you'll scroll down on that page and you'll see something that looks very similar to this. What you'll do is you'll click on that magnifying glass and then go ahead and choose which state that you're in. Once you choose your state, it'll go ahead and zero in on that state. So if it's Iowa, for example, it'll show all of the dealers that we have in Iowa. First and foremost, if we've got a dealer within your area, we want you to get linked up with somebody that is there, kind of boots on the ground within your area. Now, there might be a chance where we don't have a dealer within that specific area, within a respectable driving distance of where you're at, and that's okay. We're continuing to work to build out this dealer network, but we know that we don't have all areas covered yet. So in that case, what you'll do is at the top of that how to buy page, there is actually a button that says contact us. And when you click that button, it'll take you to a form where we ask you to fill out some general information. So your name, your email address, a good contact number, and then it'll ask you to choose an answer to a question. And what we want you to choose, it'll say, I want to learn more about using Source on my farm. So once you go ahead and choose that, you can add in some questions and comments as well, but we'll ask that you submit that form, because what it'll do is it'll get sent to our internal account executive team, and then somebody that works within your specific area will go ahead and reach out and talk to you about your options for purchasing Source. If you have any questions at any time about Source or utilizing Source on your farm, definitely access our website here that you can see, or if you want to talk to somebody, you're more than welcome to go ahead and call our service line that we've got here at 833-768-6320, or email our customer service team at source@sound.ag. Thank you.